Alright, so I've been replaying all the Assassin's Creed games, and since I just finished the first game, I figured I would do a video over my thoughts slash review of the game. I just want to say off the bat, this is a great game. If you haven't played it, definitely go check out where the beginning of the Assassin's Creed franchise began. So I'm going to start with some of the cons. Now, this isn't everything, I'm sure I'll come up with some stuff, but this is just what I was writing down as I was playing. So let's start. So the investigations before each assassination target are very repetitive. It is, if I'm correct, pickpocketing, interrogation. Um, what else is there? Eavesdropping. I think those are the three. Oh, and informer. The same for like investigations. Now they are sometimes a little bit different, but you're going to do that every time before one of the major targets. Is admittedly pretty repetitive, but I think there's some stuff there that's still worth it. The parkour can feel a bit clunky at times. That is extremely true. That is the dated feeling of the game. Um, there are definitely times where Altair is going to do something that you didn't want him to do. Altair can't swim. This isn't a problem for most of the game, but towards this later half of the game when there's a lot of water to deal with, it can be very frustrating. This man cannot swim. Now, I don't know if they have a name for him, so I apologize if this isn't the proper name. But the crazy people in the game and the beggars are genuinely some of the most annoying additions to the game. That you would have no idea how many times, particularly the beggars, have ruined a lot of my missions. Just being an absolute nuisance. I know in the later games you have mechanics that you can use to, you know, sway them away from what you're doing, but in this game you don't. It can get extremely frustrating. The Robert boss fight, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous. You have to fight, I think, close to 10 Crusaders, and then however much health you have, then you fight Robert. It's a genuinely frustrating fight. But what's crazy is the game as old as Assassin's Creed 1 that came out in 2007. It's really all my complaints. So let's go to the funner part, which is the pros of the video. So my favorite part, Altair. Altair is my second favorite assassin in the entire franchise. And the best way I can sum up his personality is he's very Anakin-like from Star Wars. Very brash. He can be very, arrogant. You got to think he is a master assassin when this game starts. And as is the next part, the story of Altair is incredible. It is worth experiencing through some of the monotony and repetitiveness of the stuff in between. But his story was very good. You see the fall and the humbling of a master assassin that must work his way back to his previous standing. So seeing this master assassin, a bit arrogant, breaking all the tenets in the first 5 minutes of the game, have to earn the respect back and learn a bit about what it is to be an assassin the proper way. By the end, he is a very different Altair. He's learned from his mistakes, and I think that is simply put the moments in between each of the assassinations. Altair is such an amazing character. Now, I would say if he wasn't the main character, I think this game would absolutely suffer. But for a starting point of a franchise, they nailed it with Altair. What else do I have? So, while the parkour is clunky at times, it can still feel great moving from rooftop to rooftop. That is true. Now, there's the dated feeling of, some of the parkour isn't up to modern standards, but jumping from rooftop to rooftop still feels great. I didn't put it in here, but also the filter that the first Assassin's Creed game has, I think is really cool. I think it's extremely fitting make it feel very unique. I absolutely enjoy it. Maybe most people don't. Obviously, going to the different locations like Jerusalem and Damascus are genuinely cool. They all are fun to go to. Not as varied as in later games, but it's still refreshing to be able to travel to multiple different locations. And my favorite part of the Assassin's Creed game, there's this iconic sound that you won't know if you've played the game, haven't played the game, but when you play it, you'll hear it. It's an iconic sound that is made every time Altair does an assassination. It doesn't have to be the main target. It could be anybody. It's so iconic, and I'm pretty sure this is the only game that it's in, like, the whole game. But overall, I think this game holds up extremely well. 2007's Assassin's Creed, honestly, yes, it feels dated. It can feel old. It can feel clunky. But it is absolutely worth playing for the story of Altair, seeing the, foundation of one of my favorite gaming franchises. I think this game does such an awesome job. And at the very least, I'll say it as many times as I can. Experiencing Altair's story, my second favorite assassin, is absolutely worth every minute. But that is going to be my review of Assassin's Creed. Let me know what you thought in the comments of this video.